Hey everyone, it's Amanda Stanley here from Lion's Tooth Wellness, kind of getting my little smudge going here. Palo Santo, one of my favorites, to kind of just bring our energy together and thank you and invite you to our week 3 of your Best Self series. I've had so much fun doing this with you guys, so thanks so much for tuning in and for connecting with me on social media and sharing what you've been doing, asking questions, and just keeping me in the loop of how you've been enjoying it and things that have been kind of hitting home for you, new things, old things, whatever they may be. So thank you for that. So today's topic is another very simple, obvious thing that you probably heard many, many times, but perhaps is still missing from your daily routine. So I'm here to encourage you to add it back in. This is another thing that certainly I fall on and off the wagon with as well, and I think it's because of sometimes the word usage that we do to describe this act, and that word is exercise. I certainly don't like the word exercise. I think it has a lot of just attachments to it and different meanings and connotations around it, and I don't know, it's just all about, like, when you think of exercise, you think of like losing weight and struggling and calorie counting and just dieting, all those things. For me, when I think about that word, that's what comes to mind, and none of those things are appealing to me, and nothing that feels forced and like I have to do it like that. That's not exciting to me. I don't have a gym membership. When I did, I barely dragged myself to get anything done there, and that's just me personally. But what I like to kind of encourage you guys today is to look at this act as a little bit differently. So I like using the word movement. Movement. Our bodies are made to move. We're bipedal human beings. We are not meant to be sitting in chairs for 8 hours a day or more. Certainly our lifestyles and this culture that we live in really kind of encourages us to do so, whether it's hanging out on the couch watching Netflix or if it's at an office job. I'm certainly, guilty of being on the couch more than I should. I love lounging. I definitely love doing that quite a bit. So this is a nice reminder for all of us, just that our bodies are meant to move. We need to move it. Not only do we need to move our bodies for, like boosting metabolism and flushing excess waste and fat and moving digestion, but also for simple things that we don't think about. Things like energy. When it sounds counterintuitive, but when you move your body, you actually increase your energy. In fact, sometimes, like if I've been doing a marathon on Netflix, which I'm definitely one of those people that will just watch an entire series in like 3 days because it's fun, but I'll feel really wow, like I'm so tired, I feel awful. Like I'll get up and I'll do a couple yoga poses or just like do a couple just like inhales and exhales with arms overhead, and immediately my body wakes back up. It's from that sedentary sort of life that we have been offering our bodies for such a long time. Things need to move. So circulation, even the vertebrae, our vertebral column, our skeleton, all the little vertebrae have discs within them. You hear of like degenerative disc disease and things like that. They're these little like cartilagey type discs that kind of they basically, they separate all the vertebrae, all the bones in our spine, and they cushion them. And in the middle is like the center, sort of like the softest part of the disc. So when you think of a bulging disc, it's the soft interior disc that kind of bulges out and seeps out, of the body, creating a lot of pain when vertebrae are sort of, crunched together. So these discs, those themselves, I think it's around age 20 or 25, I can't remember the exact age, but somewhere around there, that the only way those discs stay moistened and hydrated through the water, of course, our daily water that we're drinking, keeping our body dehydrated, the only way those discs get moisturized is from movement, from forward bending, from backward bending, from getting the water in there through circulation, through movement on our own. So if we're just sitting all darn day long and we're not doing a whole lot of movement, those poor discs are drying up. And I think a lot of degenerative disc disease has to do with that fact that we are not moving our bodies enough, and we're not drinking enough water to get those discs moisturized as well. So really interesting. Some other things, I mentioned digestion. Of course, everything's going to move along more easily when we're not crunching at the hips, right? And crunching our bellies, but we're moving around. We're, doing a couple twists. We're side stretching. Like, these can be really simple movements. I'm not talking about going to, a jazzercise class at your gym unless you want to. It can be really simple, everyday movements for not very long a day. In fact, a lot of scientific studies have said that 20 minutes a day is all we need to just give our body some intentional movement. And this is not the same as, oh, well, I'm a waitress. Oh, well, I'm a nurse and I'm walking around all day long. That's great. It's nice that you're not sitting all day long, but moving with intention, moving intentionally for yourself, for your body, to turn inward, to make conscious movements that feel good to you, whatever they may be, that's different. So even if you're one of those people who are on their feet all day long, I still want you to make 20 minutes to move for yourself. 20 to 30 is really, a lot of research has said that's all you really need. And again, let's look at movement differently. It doesn't have to be going to the gym. It doesn't have to be going on a treadmill or running a marathon or biking. Unless you love those things, then awesome. But movement can be fun, and it should be fun. Hula hooping, belly dancing. There's even learning how to twerk videos, hip hop dancing. Maybe you do get a gym membership and you love to swim, and there's pool access and you go swimming. Snowshoeing is definitely on the way in New England. Snow's on the way. There's so many different things. Going out for a hike, just a simple walk around your neighborhood, jump roping with the kids, playing hopscotch with your kids, playing catch with your kids, even dancing and singing, if that's what you like to do, going around the house and doing that. Who cares who's around? If it's your family, they'll get over it or they'll join in. But think outside the box when you think of movement. It doesn't have to be exercise. You don't have to be doing crunches on your mat. Like, that's not what it has to be, because for me, those things, like, unless I'm in the mood for them, and sometimes I am, which is great, but they just kind of like, I get angry about them. I'm just like, man, I don't want to do that. Like, no, I'm not going to the gym. No, I'm not doing that exercise video. I don't want to do it. But if you play my favorite song on the radio, I will absolutely shake my butt off for however long the song is and maybe keep going if there are good songs after that. Like, dancing is one of my favorite things to move my body, and I absolutely work up a sweat. So find out what your favorite way to move is. If you can't remember, think about what you like to do as a kid. Was it a favorite sport? Was it playing tag? Which is actually, you know what? I was going to say that's silly, but it's not silly. I think adults should be playing more tag or hide and seek or just like silly things, and, invite your kids along if you have them. Like, I think there needs to be more of that. Because honestly, and I've been actually reminding myself of this and some of my friends as well, that no one's really an adult anyways. In our heads, we're all just kids trying to go through life and be responsible, but really what we want to be doing is goofing off and playing all the time. At least that's what I want to be doing. So tune into that like childlike nature. What's fun to you? What feels good for you to move? And do that. Again, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, you can do that. You can put it into your phone alarm and remind yourself, oh, Amanda, have you moved today? Maybe I've done it already. Awesome, thanks for a reminder. Maybe I haven't. Oh, okay, crap, I should probably fit that in somewhere. And make it a habit. Make baby steps, but whatever you want to do, there's so many different things to do. There's so many awesome YouTube videos that are for free that you can check out, and it's not much. If you are one who's into, cardio stuff and moving your body like you would in a gym, and maybe you just haven't made it to make that commitment to get a gym membership, there's so many awesome ones on YouTube. In fact, one of them is that I like to follow is Fitness Blender, and they do everything, like every part of your body, cardio and muscle building and whatnot. And I believe they all run from like 20 to 40 minutes, which is so doable. It's under an hour. Everyone can make time for that because you have to. It's one of those things that you're going to feel so much better. You're boosting metabolism, you're fighting stress, you're boosting your immune system, your mood. It improves your brain fog and cognitive ability. There's just so many different things. You're helping your digestion, you're helping your lady parts too. I know, thinking about women in particular, and of course, I'm only saying that because I think only women signed up for this course, so I can zone in on just the lady parts. But again, when we're sitting, we're crunching down on this pelvic bowl that holds our intestines, it holds our ovaries and uterus and cervix and all those things, all in the same spot. Just crunch, especially for one of these people who are like, oh shoot, I'm not sitting up. oh shoot, I'm not sitting up like all day long. You need to kind of take into account of all that crunching we're doing in our posture, in that sort of 90-degree angle that we're often sitting at. If we're lucky, we're sitting at a 90-degree angle. Sometimes we're just like hunched over, and then again, our vertebrae is suffering, our circulation is suffering, everything is getting crunched, and our bodies were not meant to be immobile all day long. And our lymphatic system, that's another important thing to think about. Our lymph, which is the one that, the lymphatics are everywhere. Like when you get sick, you feel them swollen up in here, but they're under our armpits and into our breasts. They're in our entire system. If you were to see like a map of where the lymph is on our body, it would just be everywhere. It looked like veins, like just kind of moving out through our entire body. And the only way our lymph is able to move is through our movement. So massage, or literal like moving the body and crunching and pressing, and like that's our own movement pumps the lymph, and enough water intake helps to move the lymph. But otherwise there's no pump within it. It's not like our veins that pump blood up and down and around our bodies. And the lymphatics are very important for flushing out toxins and for boosting our immune system and keeping our immune system healthy. So if we're not moving the lymph around through proper hydration, getting back to class our week 1, and moving our bodies in some way, that's stagnation, and that just leads to other things, right? So super simple, move your body, but again, it's something that you have to commit and make time for, and just add that one extra little baby step. But I promise you, it can be really, really easy. So tune in to, why or what kind of movements you like, and try them out for a while. I also encourage you, even if, maybe this is step 1. Maybe you don't feel like you can make 20 minutes a day to put in like some sort of chunk of movement, whatever it might be. In fact, I'm actually, when I was preparing for this segment, I was like, I have a hula hoop downstairs and I still don't use it enough. So I'm going to bring it into my office and have it near me, because even if you're not moving for a whole chunk of 20 minutes, getting up every hour or two, again, setting your alarm on your phone to go off every hour or two to get up and just stand and just breathe, bring your arms up overhead, just some shoulder rolls, grab your hula hoop. Obviously, if you're in an office building, they might not like that, but go take a walk to the bathroom, go take just a quick, step outside, take a few breaths of fresh air, just move your body, maybe do a forward bend, again, side stretches, anything will do, but just get up, get out of that chair posture. Some people, are kind of tuning into the whole standing desk fad, if you will, and that's great. Standing is certainly better, but you're still not moving. Okay, you're easing up through the hips and through the stomach, where you're not crunching yourself. You're standing up straight. That's great. That is a step in the right direction, but you still need to move. So whether you're sitting or standing, you're still not actually moving. Your fingers are moving, your head and eyes are moving. That's it. Movement. Still move your body, and move it with intention, and just awareness of that. So play around with that, sit with it. Again, think about what maybe if things aren't popping into your head of what kind of movement you would like, just try them out. Or again, think to when you were a little kid and, what did you do? What did you like to do? Did you like to go outside? Maybe do some trail walking or running. Did you jump rope? Did you hula hoop? Whatever. It can be anything. 20 minutes a day. I'll send you lots of links for YouTube videos and whatnot to check out. But play and have fun with it. Moving shouldn't be something that is hard to fit into our schedules. And again, moving with intention and with awareness and consciousness of your body and why you're moving it. And I promise you, you'll feel so much better, especially when you're feeling sleepy and like kind of foggy. Maybe the 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock day rolls around. Drink some more water, right? Do a couple forward bends, breathe in and out, bring your arms up overhead. And that alone is going to just like boost your whole body, and just, even if nothing else, bring more circulation to your brain, to your body, and give you a little boost for the rest of your afternoon. So sit on that. Keep me posted on what you think. I'm still taking names for the raffles that I'm doing, the little herbal goodies that I'll be offering at the end of the series. So please feel free to continue to post to Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And make sure, please use the hashtag LionstoothWellness as well as your Best Self series, because I won't see them otherwise, or I'll have a harder time finding them and adding you to the raffle. So thanks so much for tuning in, and I will talk to you next week. Have a great day.